mind on TPP. Second question, President-elect Trump has said he's very interested in doing bilateral FTAs. He doesn't want to do any more big ones, big multilateral types. Any ideas of what might be first in the list of possible FTAs, possible bilateral FTAs? And I guess I'll throw in another one. Any sense whether they consider the EU to be a bilateral, TTIP to be a bilateral agreement or a multilateral agreement? Thank you.
Hi, Don. That was 3 questions. You didn't hear the rules. With respect to your first question on what might happen with TPP, I mean, my belief, and it could be because I worked on it, but also I think it's really because I believe TPP advances our economic and strategic interest in the region. I don't think it's dead. I think right now, it's going to be sidelined, but I wouldn't be surprised if it comes back in some form during the administration. I've seen this with other agreements. I worked on the KORUS agreement, negotiated for the Bush administration, and then renegotiated under the Obama administration. When the Obama administration came in, they were very critical of KORUS, but they did a really thoughtful review of the agreement, figured out how they could improve it so it could receive support not only from Congress, but from the American public and from the UAW, and that was successfully done. Once again, I know things are quite different now, and the magnitude of frustration and concern about trade and about TPP is much greater than KORUS. But I'm an optimist at heart, and I have to believe that there's a way forward. With respect to your question on bilaterals, I mean, I touched on that. I don't think any of us know which countries may be of most interest to the new administration in negotiating bilaterals, but some people around town are talking about a Japan bilateral. What I mentioned earlier was that to date, Japan has been pretty clear that it's not interested in a bilateral, that it just put all its political capital in TPP. It wants a regional deal, wants to get the regional benefits, and really join the TPP to help shape the regional rules of the road. So that's where they are right now. Whether that changes going forward remains to be seen. But I think that they're putting their eggs in their basket, the basket of trying to be able to convince the new president that TPP has merits, is in the U.S. interest, is in the U.S. strategic interest, and its regional interest, and its economic interest.
I want to answer the question on TPP, obviously. We've supported TPP all along because we think it's good for the region, and it's also good for our negotiations with the US and our negotiations with Japan. I think in 4 years' time, if we conclude all the negotiations we are currently pursuing, we will be the hub of the most impressive network of free trade agreements. I think if the US wants to catch up, it will be in their interest. And finally, we're negotiating, I think, 15 agreements for the moment. 15 countries or groups of countries do see us as one bloc when it comes to trade. So I think as a result of the policy review, they will probably find out that if you want to do a deal with the European Union, it's just one deal, it's not a series of bilaterals, it's one bilateral. Thank you.
Let's go back to the audience. I saw one back there.